Hello, my name is Ira, and, well, to be honest, yesterday was one of those hard days, and hard dysphoria days. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about what you can do to, not have those bad days hurt so much. Because to be honest, they suck. Dysphoria sucks. It's not my favorite thing. Far from it. And to be honest, this list of things, all these things I'm going to talk about, it's not like an end-all be-all list. I do most of them. Pretty much all of them. And there's still plenty of days where dysphoria just sucks. But I hope that some of them will help. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get started. First off, well, target what is it that's giving you dysphoria? Like, is it your face? Is it your chest? Is it your hands, your arms, your legs? Is it your voice? Is it your hair? There's a lot of things that can be triggers for dysphoria. I know, I get to experience a decent number of them. So, try and focus on whatever it is that's giving you the dysphoria first. So, is it, your clothes? Well, a pretty easy fix for that one is to try feminine clothes. Is it your hair? You could try to grow your hair out or have it cut differently. The point I'm trying to make is it's easier to address the source of the problem rather than trying to solve the effects of the problem, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. So, yeah, try and target whatever the trigger is. Whatever your dysphoria is centered around, try and focus on that. Which, that's all great and all, but that isn't exactly an answer. So, here's the one that I would recommend first, most of all. Anything else, just, this is what you need to do. Have a friend. Someone that knows. To be honest, coming out as trans to a friend is so hard. Like, it is freaking hard. The first time I came out, it was... I remember where I was. I remember approximately when it was. And it was my girlfriend at the time. I came out to her, and it was such a hard thing to say. But as soon as there's someone that you trust, that knows, it all becomes so much easier. Having someone that you can trust, someone that you can just be open with, someone that you can text at 11 o'clock at night and say, I'm sorry, I know it's late, but I'm having a pretty bad time. Can we talk for a bit? Having someone that will say, yes, I'm here. Anything I can help with. That is probably one of the most amazing feelings ever. And the absence of that, the loneliness of not having someone like that, is, well, it doesn't make dysphoria any easier. So that's my recommendation, my first recommendation. Find someone that you can trust. A friend friend, someone who will support you, will call you by whatever name you want to go by whatever pronouns you want to go by, or absence thereof, who can support you. Because believe me, even if there's only one person on the planet that you can be honest with, even if it isn't yourself, someone who's really in your court, in your corner, there to help you, it makes it so much easier, so much better. Yeah. So, next, I would recommend, well, distracting yourself. And, what I mean by that is, dysphoria, it comes and goes. It doesn't stay forever, and it doesn't leave forever. It would be nice if it would just someday just never come back. Just leave and never come back. But that day hasn't happened for me. So, yeah. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is distract yourself. All of those mean, cruel, harsh, mean thoughts, distract yourself from them. Focus on something else. Play a game. Talk to your friend. Go for a walk. Read a book. Watch a movie. Watch an anime. Just do something to get your mind off of it. It's not easy, but it is pretty important. I would recommend it. Yeah, just distract yourself however you can. Yeah, let's see. I have some thoughts. Okay, so sometimes distracting yourself isn't exactly viable. And, well, yesterday, what I did was I just took I took a blanket and just wrapped myself up in the corner. I turned all the lights off and just existed pitifully in the corner, in the dark corner, letting the tears just roll down my face. Because sometimes nothing works. Sometimes there's no one to talk to you. Sometimes there's nothing that can distract you. Sometimes you just have to face it. It's not fun, but just letting it all out at once. Yeah. Sorry. Just what I did was I literally turned off all the lights, leaving my room dark. My computer, I turned it off. All the little flashing, the blue lights, everything. I turned them off, wrapped myself in a blanket, and just sat in the dark corner, crying. Okay, now that I said it out loud, it sounds more pitiful, but it was really nice. Another thing that I used to do it a lot more, and I probably should get back into it, but it's ASMR. And before you get your mind into the gutter, listen for a few seconds. So if you just search, if you just search like MTF coming out, acceptance, dysphoria, if you just search that into YouTube, then there are a lot of channels or videos just of that. It doesn't solve the problem, but if if you have never looked up any of those ASMR videos of the trans support MTF supportive coming out or MTF dysphoria support ASMR videos, literally any of those keywords, I would recommend it. Because there have been so many nights where they helped me. They don't always help, but so many times they have. Yeah. Next. Well, I talked about gaming when I talked about distracting yourself, playing a game, but if you play a game and play as a feminine or female character, it's different. So, I couldn't tell you the last time I intentionally chose a male character for a game. Like, it's been a very long time. Minecraft, my skin is feminine. Skyrim, play as a girl. Warframe, I chose the only female option that I was given. Like, you get the point. Even if it's not a girly girl, it's just different when the person you play as is a girl. Yeah, I would recommend it if you haven't done it before. And if you have, well, good choice. Next up, clothes. Now, this one, I'm a tad bit finicky with the clothing thing. So sometimes just wearing feminine clothes, it helps a lot. Other times, it's like that's even more of a trigger than whatever the original trigger was. It's like sometimes wearing feminine clothes is just more dysphoria inducing because it emphasizes just how unfeminine I am, which sucks. So, this one I would recommend, but hesitantly. It's especially early on being trans, it was worse. Now it's not as bad for me, but some days just no. But where to start? I would recommend a bra. Sports bras are my favorite, personally. You know, being autistic, I really like the compression thing and the pressure. It's amazing. But for me, I love sports bras. You might prefer like a bra, padded bra with a cup, or underwire. There's lots of options. Just, I would recommend thinking about it. Also skirts. Dresses I have a little bit of an issue with, mostly because I don't look all that great in dresses. At least I don't think so. Or maybe I haven't found the right dress yet. I don't feel like I look that great. But skirts are amazing, especially circle skirts. If you can get your hands on a circle skirt goes spinny, and it's the most amazing thing ever. Girls are so lucky. Yep. Okay, so next, the 7th thing, makeup. Now, this one, there are ways to hide everything else if you have family around. If you live with your folks, if you have family that, or even just friends or other things. This one, trying on makeup, it's a tad bit more difficult if there's other people that can see you. And if you're kind of closeted trans. Yeah, so makeup, there's lots of options. Easiest ones, I would say lipstick or a tinted chapstick if you want to go slightly more incognito. and eyeliner are really good places to start. They feel different and they make a big difference. All of a sudden. So, trying makeup, experimenting with it. It's pretty fun. I would recommend it if you can. And then, well, a while back, I was having a pretty bad dysphoria time. I'm noticing a recurring theme, but it was pretty bad. Not very much fun. And, well, I had a friend who had this brilliant idea. Look at clothes. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but looking at feminine clothes, the clothing that you'd like to wear. And we made this Pinterest board of, well, my style, going through so many different types of clothing, of what I like, what I don't like, what looks good, what would look good with me. And we just made this board. And it was amazing. Because one, it distracts you away from the dysphoria thoughts, and two, pretty clothes are pretty. Like, gorgeous. I loved it. And it really, really helped me. Let's see. Idea number 9. So, this is one that... Okay, admittedly, I do this one quite a bit. It's another one of my go-to, big go-to dysphoria things. But help someone. It kind of circles back to distracting yourself. But help someone. Go to like some online websites like what's that one called? Just Serve? Yeah, Just Serve. Finding ways to help people. It helps distract you away from the dysphoria thoughts, and you feel good because you're helping people. Like doing service. Helping with the local scout group, or I don't know, volunteering at a food bank. Just doing something. Like literally focusing on helping someone else. It might sound kind of hard and unusual and different, but it helps. It helps me. Sort of. At least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself, so I would recommend it. So then, lastly, I would recommend thrift store shopping. Thrifting. Going to a thrift store and just looking around. Because, in my experience, nobody gives an expletive crap if you are walking around to the women's section. Guys are in the women's sections all the time. Girls are in the guys' sections looking at clothes. Just... no one's going to think twice about it. So you can just walk around looking at all the pretty clothes. And you can even buy some. Go ahead. I don't think I've ever had a problem. Okay, let me correct that. I've never had a problem in a thrift store of people even giving a second glance. It'll be okay. Nobody minds. Which is also means that thrift stores are a great way to get feminine clothes for cheap, which is admittedly how I've gotten all of mine. Okay, almost all of mine. Yeah. I guess to add another one, reading fanfics, reading short stories online. Yeah. So each of those things I've talked about, they're pretty short-term solutions. So there are things that you can do quickly or relatively quickly, and they'll help. So here are a few things that will take more time, more effort, but in my experience, have a very, very big impact. So first, choosing a name, going by a new name. For me, the name that I went with for most of my life, my male name, dead name, boy name, take your pick for it however you want to term it. That's not me anymore. That hasn't been me for a very long time. I'm Ira. My name is Ira. That's who I am. That's who I have become. So, going by a new name, it's like stepping away from the past, stepping away from those things that hurt so badly. Finally choosing who you're going to be. For me, I can't put into words the first time one of my friends started calling me Ira. I mean, it was amazing. That was one of the most amazing experiences in the world, the most amazing feelings in the world. I would recommend it. Next, hair. I mean, for forever, I hadn't really been able to choose how my hair looked, how long it is, what it looks like, what I do with it. I was always controlled by someone else. And kind of sucked. Okay, I'll correct that. It really sucked. I hated it. Terrible. But growing your hair long, even if it's not super girly long yet, just longer, it's so nice. I love playing with it. Like, whenever I'm stressed or when there's lots of people around and it's just so noisy or so bright or so loud or whatever, or if I'm just nervous or I already said stressed, but I'll just say stressed again. Just running my fingers through my hair is amazing. And I would recommend it. But hair, it takes a long time, like a very long time, like yeesh. But it's amazing. I love it. Okay. Next, voice. Now, for the very longest time, my voice caused me so much freaking dysphoria. I hated it. So much. But getting a slightly more feminine voice, okay, it's not slightly more feminine, it's much more feminine than it used to be. Like, it's pretty dramatic. But making your voice change, it helps. A lot. A lot of a lot. At least it's helped me a lot of a lot. It used to be that I would avoid speaking as much as possible. Like, I would take creative ways to avoid speaking. But now, I don't talk very much, mostly just because I'm shy. Like, super shy. Yeah. Very shy. But I would really, really, really recommend voice training. Training your voice to not sound like a guy. If you're able to do it, great. If you're not able to, then, well, I've listed some other options. Some other ways to combat dysphoria. And, you could just, pretend to not be able to talk and just use sign language. I really hope that you can recognize that's a joke. But... so, voice. Great idea to, voice, voice training. Then finally, a very last recommendation, very last choice, very last thought, very last option. Have you considered HRT? Hormones are a great way to change some aspects of your body. Yeah. But we can talk about that later. Anyways, I'll just give a recap of all the things I've talked about, because there's been a handful. So, let's see. Target whatever it is that's giving you the dysphoria. Try and address whatever that thing is. Have a friend that's going to support you and help. Okay, I kind of have these written down. Try and distract yourself. Distract yourself with something else. Or you could just use the go into a dark corner with a blanket option. That sometimes works. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, gaming with a feminine character. There's helping someone, doing service, ASMR, listening to it, growing your hair out, training your voice to sound more feminine, wearing feminine clothing, makeup, shaving all the hair below your chin is a great thing, a great way to help. Yeah. So, never mind. Let's see, continuing, looking at clothes. I think that's everything I talked about. Yeah. But this is not a full and complete list. It's just a decent number of things that can help. I'd recommend them. But anyways, I hope that at least one of these has helped. Yeah. Bye.